So, I can't see shit right now. But if I die, it was Chu's fault.
No, it wasn't.
You can't see. Why are you scared? They can't even. No. Nope. Still can't see you.
Really?
Yeah.
Shine the flashlight right in my eyes.
That'll. Yeah. Yeah. If we die in this Blair Witch Project like thingy, it's Chu's fault. She made me do it.
No.
Yeah. Focus. There we go. It's your fault. I've already like been frightened by cows. And
oh my god, it's Slender.
Oh yeah, never think about playing Slender when you're going out in the dark. And there's shit. What is that? Oh, that's a. Okay.
Sweetie, it's called nature. That's what happens when you leave your room.
Nature is freaking scary. Look at that red light coming from the church. No, they can't see it, but it's freaking scary. Oh, shut. They can't. That's not gonna help the light shine brighter.
Red light?
Yeah. But there's red light glowing from inside the church. I think it's gonna be like a philosopher's stone or something.
Okay. That's like the least violent thing that you could have thought of.
Exactly. I'm trying to think happy thoughts right now.
You can tell that Louisville's that way. We didn't go that far.
Why? It's all the light, which
Yeah.
can't be seen.
Oh. Hello.
Hi. It's dark.
It's very dark. Let them look. Yeah.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we don't have service.
No cell phone reception, so if we're gonna nap, we're gonna nap.
Next to a creepy church. And
Yeah, that's the church, that tiny little light. They're gonna kill us.
a cemetery on the other road.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
We knew the cemetery was there, and I don't want to go into details about it because we might go back to that for something else.
Right.
But yeah, we knew the cemetery was there, and we didn't see it the first time we went up the road. We just hit a dead end, and there were like repossessed houses and stuff, and we saw these like weird creatures. They were like donkeys slash horses
slash stuff.
I don't know. They were really little.
They were chimeras.
Anywho, we started going back, and I get the flashlight out so I can, like, you know, see if I can see the cemetery anywhere. And I'm just shining it, looking into the woods and all of that, and then all of a sudden, bam! There's this grave, like, right next to the door. Like, I could reach out and touch it.
And she jumps back and shouts about it, and then I almost drive off the road, and so now we're in a church parking lot. We're trying to hide when cars drive by.
Because it was calling out to us. I could see it from over there, and it was just like, it's sacred and beautiful. And then we saw red lights in the back, so.
Yeah. I'm afraid to go check that out, because while it piques my curiosity, I feel like as soon as we like look in, there's just gonna be like a corpse hanging there, or something just insane, so yeah. I'd rather not.
Yeah, and I just had to bring up a certain game as we were driving down the road.
Yeah. If you're anywhere dark or creepy or it's Halloween, don't think about Slender. Because she mentioned it, and then I started imagining like the static popping up. And then we passed,
GPS.
Oh yeah. Then we passed what seemed like, you know, a page on a street post. And then she flashed the flashlight on accident, which just blinded me, which made it seem like it was the static going on, and horrible flashbacks.
I'm sorry.
She just brought me out here to torture me and kill me at some point.
Well, what I had intended...
The banjos and kills.
Yes, the banjos. What I had intended was for us...
Scare me.
was for us to come out and see the Perseid Meteor shower. Because, you know, it's one of the two... No. I thought it, like, died. It's one of the, you know, 2 best meteor showers of the year. And, you know, I thought it'd be really cool to sit there and watch it. And, we kind of had to go into the middle of nowhere because, you know, we live in Louisville where there's a whole bunch of light pollution. We're only about, like, 30 to 45 minutes out. So it's, like, it's not that far away, but neither of us has service. Everything smells like ass. We keep hearing cows and coyotes.
Not the good kind of badass, but bad ass.
Did I show you that reading that I found about the difference between good-smelling penis and bad-smelling penis?
No.
I need to show you. But anyway, that's a story for another time. I show him scary things. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? He's hiding his excitement.
No.
But anyway, what are you doing?
It's that down there.
What's done? Oh.
My excitement.
Your excitement. You're focusing on your neck.
I can't.
Okay. But, I kind of wanted to go into the myth of Perseus because, you know, a lot of people know about Heracles or Hercules, and...
Hercules!
You know, a few people know of, like, very few other mythologies, like Zeus and blah blah blah. But I'm kind of a nut with this type of thing, and I did research, so... Anywho.
Look at the shooting stars, she said. Go stargazing, she said. Hey look, it's Slender, she said.
That was really my intent, I swear. Things just didn't happen that way, and now we're here.
Somewhere. We don't know where here is.
You know, I'm kind of excited for zombies to just start coming out of the woods, and I just kind of hope they're the walking zombies, and then we could just kick ass. We have the tripod and the flashlight. I think those are pretty good weapons.
But I mean, you gotta shoot the boomer from a distance.
Yeah, but this is Kentucky. We'll be able to find guns.
Maybe.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, you keep distracting me.
That's my job.
Yes. Alright, so, first of all, this meteor shower occurs yearly, about mid-August. When it was first discovered, it actually occurred on August 9th. It came...
Did you hear that?
What?
There was a noise. Anyway, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
No. There was a noise.
Okay. I'm trying to remember all of the information. It's kind of faded now with all of the excitement. What are you doing? Anywho, Adam's not on camera.
Sorry. Keep talking.
Okay, you're making me nervous.
Says the woman who told me Slender was out there.
I didn't tell you that Slender was out there. I was just saying that it reminded me of Slender. And plus, he's Slender Man.
Reminded me of Slender Man.
Well, that's your fault. Don't.
He just wants a hug and to give me my $1 back.
You're cute.
Keep talking smart things.
Okay. You're like disorienting me because of all of your talk. What do you...
Anyway.
Perseus. Okay, the mythology of Perseus. Alright, Perseus was a hero of sorts. Did I say Anne? There was a prophecy that said that Perseus would kill his own grandfather, so he and his mother were both exiled. Well, years later, blah blah blah, bunch of drama, Perseus ends up killing Medusa. He takes her decapitated head, and I'm sure all of you know who Medusa is, but he takes her decapitated head, and the blood drips from her neck. And as it hits the ground, Pegasus is formed. Well, Perseus decides to take the head of Medusa to the goddess Athena. Now, Athena is one of the virgin goddesses. The mythology of Medusa is kind of twisted. Actually, Medusa was seduced in a temple of Athena, and Athena took great offense to that because she's a virgin goddess. She, you know, you don't fuck in the temple of Athena, that's just wrong.
Fuck in my temple.
So she turned Medusa into the, you know, hideous creature with the snake hair and blah blah blah. And, you know...
Uma Thurman and Percy Jackson.
But, you know, she cursed her, so Perseus, for whatever reason, I don't think it's really explained his reasoning behind this, but he decides to take the head of Medusa back to Athena, and Athena puts it in her shield. Now, Athena is the goddess of not only wisdom, but of war. So that gives her, obviously, a very large upper hand in war, because, you know, freaking Medusa there, she can turn you into stone. Anyway, Perseus goes on, and, you know, he marries, what was her name? I have it written down because I have... You better not be...
Butts.
Anywho.
We thought that really messed up, putting us together. But we survived because we're survivors and you're all survivors and you're gonna make it.
Copied out a chart of constellations so that we could find the radiant of the meteors and all of that. But anyway, he goes on to marry Andromeda. Andromeda? I don't know how you would pronounce that. How would you pronounce that?
Andromeda.
Andromeda?
Andromeda. Dude, I get it. You funny. My neck is huge. I am a ghost.
Anywho, going back to Perseus. As it turns out, I think it's either his grandchild or his great-grandchild. That's who Hercules is. Or Heracles, however you want to pronounce it. But, yeah, Perseus is actually very relevant in mythology. I honestly don't understand why more people aren't aware of who that was. Because he tied into a lot of those major myths, like, the, you know, Hercules, Medusa. Not many people know about Athena, do they?
That's Athena. How do you not know about Athena?
I don't know, I just imagine that she's not as popular as Hercules or Pegasus or
still
any of that. But,
what about Kratos? Where's he coming? Where's Kratos coming?
Just in the video. But yeah, that was that. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's wrong? Okay, we can end it now.
Keep talking.
It's okay. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I would go into, the... I would go into the formation of these spectacular, you know, meteor showers and blah blah blah, but I think anyone who went to middle school knows how meteors are formed.
Gods have kidney stones, okay? They have to pass them.
Oh, the reason that... Okay, I remember. I think... Was it St. Augustine?
Florida?
What? No. I didn't read in too much to this, but there was some sort of martyr, who, I think it took place during some sort of, like, exile of Christians, or some sort of, like, punishment for religion or whatever, but, it could have been St. Augustine. Either way, whoever that was, they used to call this meteor shower, Saint whatever's tears, because, August 9th, whenever the meteor shower began, that was, the beginning of his martyrdom. So I found that kind of interesting. But, and the reason that, this is called the Perseid Meteor shower and not something else is because the meteors appear to originate from the constellation of Perseus, even though that's not how it works at all, but, you know, that's just what it looks like, so that's what we kind of go with. Car. There have been so many cars passing by at the most inopportune times. It's really irritating.
And one blasting Eminem rushed into the parking lot, drove right past us, and then just kind of sat there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Then they took off really, really fast, like they were mad we didn't leave or something, I think.
Yeah, I had the flashlight ready to kick some ass. I called it a flashlight.
At least you didn't call it a fleshlight.
Yeah.
It was really old school Eminem, too. I was confused.
No.
What, to beat someone with a fleshlight?
No, just to, like, have one.
You're not always going to be around.
No! No!
Anyway. Comets.
What are for? Huh? Comets? What?
You did not just... Wow. That's opposite of what I would expect from you.
Comets, yeah.
Falling rocks and hookers.
Falling hookers? it's raining
No,
hookers.
it's not raining hookers. Just talk smarts.
Hallelujah, it's raining hookers. Okay.
That just happened.
But, yeah, that's my little informational tidbit on this. I only, researched it for, like, a couple of hours, so I don't have a whole bunch of... What?
Nothing.
That's nothing compared to the reading that I used to do. I used to be a total astronomy nut. I read, like, every book in the library, and I had a telescope. It was awesome. It was, like, you could, like, map out the skies, and I saw Jupiter. Oh, and tonight, Jupiter and Venus are supposed to be visible in the sky, which I find very interesting because, what? Yes, car. Anywho, that has nothing to do with this. I'm going on a rant. No rants. No. No. No.
This public service announcement brought to you by Chu.
If you find this tape, tell my family that I love them.
If you're seeing this, that means we're probably dead right now, so probably won't upload videos for a while.
For a while. Going on a little hiatus until I'm reincarnated. Might take a few years for me to learn how to use the
if someone would just walk by and revive us, we'd be fine, but we're, like we said, we're in another area, so...
Yeah, and we're right next to that cemetery, so I figure they'll just dump us there. Yeah. I mean, I really don't expect them... I haven't seen one police officer.
That's luck, because we don't want to see police officers.
Well,
No.
I wouldn't be worried if I saw a police officer, because we have nothing to hide. We are sitting here watching... I saw my first meteor... No. I saw my first meteor, and Adam missed it, and it made me really sad. You're the one who wasn't paying attention. Oh, I made you.
You said look that way, you were looking that way, and saw it. So...
You thought that I was talking about a coyote. I was like, it streaked across the sky, and he was like, a coyote? Yes, the coyote just, like, ran across the sky, and it was blue. And it was blue, and...
Nyan coyote.
Nyan. Nyan.
That just happened.
You forget that I used to be in a Japanese class, so I know all of the little...
That's so kawaii.
Oh my god!
Who needs swag when you're kawaii as fuck?
That just happened. Why? Did you... alright.
I'm gonna go now and hope I survive.
Yeah.